Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. All right, I have Jeanne Hardy, founder and CEO of Creative Businesses, Inc. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Michael. I'm really excited to be here.
All right, Jeanne, I wanted you to give our audience some background on you, put a little color into it, and then let's talk about some of these different items that we have, you know, what led you to create and launch Creative Businesses.
Okay. I started Creative Business in 2005. I started it in order to focus my business on creative entrepreneurs. At the time, we were doing back office and financial advising for a whole array of small businesses. And I realized that these creative entrepreneurs were doing something new, and they were doing something hard. And they needed a lot more than the traditional transactional, we pay your bills, we reconcile your books, here's your P&L, your profit and loss statement. They really needed help understanding how to be CEOs, how to run a business that will get some traction in the marketplace, how to talk with banks, how to understand how to lead a team. So we started growing in ways that were very different than my original idea for starting the business, meaning that we started to become more strategic partners rather than just an outsourced back office solution. I have to say it was also, it's a lot of fun to be there and work that closely with these business owners. So I love it, and that really spurred me on to add all these additional service items.
Now, and before we get too far, I want the audience to know that you've been, recognized by Entrepreneur as a very good company, the best company, I think is the term. Tell us about that experience.
Well, applying for awards and recognition is it's not something that I have a lot of time to do, and I don't really focus on it. So getting that kind of recognition from such a great magazine that is super influential and has a lot of terrific tips, and it really feels like the mission is to help entrepreneurs understand where they are in the market, what they can do to be better, to connect people. So it was a real honor to be recognized there, and I'm really proud of that.
It's my honor to have you on the show, especially after you've been recognized by a third party like that. Let me move on. The fine arts background that you have, how's that impacted your current business?
That's such a good question. My background is in art, and I went to the Art Institute of Chicago, and I got a master's in fine arts from the School of Visual Arts here in New York. It was through that that I started meeting artists and gallery owners and working and helping them manage their studios. And what some people think are, artists are, they're starving artists, and there's not really a business there to be had. But in fact, these artists were, their studios were very complicated. They had employees, they were dealing with lease issues, they were creating really complicated works of art around the world that required a lot of logistics and strategic planning. So it was pretty exciting to start thinking about having, that be a career, being in the art world and supporting artists, something that is a passion for myself, supporting them in this really critical way. It was really meaningful to me. And I feel like because I've worked with creative, with artists and galleries and people in that capacity early on, it's almost like I speak the language of all these creative, innovative people that, they don't feel like they have the business acumen or the financial chops to get to the next level of their business. And actually, I can meet them right where they are. I understand the creative process. I value that. We're there to be additive. So it's a great pleasure to bring all of that fine art experience into the work that I do. I feel like it helps with the relationship building with new clients and helping them understand that I do know where they're at and I know how brilliant they are, and this is one thing that I can do for them that they don't need to worry about.
Tell me about your favorite client.
Well, I can't name names, but I have a lot of favorite clients. We worked with the hundreds of businesses, but there is an amazing client that I worked with recently, which was very exciting. They are a costume company. They create incredible costumes. They've been around for a long time, all the big Broadway shows. And the first time I walked into their studio, it was like walking into a wonderland. I was just blown away. Gorgeous costumes, beading. It was incredible. And I was able to work with them at a really critical moment to help them realign the team and really level up all of the operations to achieve a very big goal. And the work we did together was a lot of fun because they certainly were not thinking about the business in the term, in the way that I was looking at it. I was seeing opportunity everywhere, and then you go to the Broadway show and there's the costume, and I feel like it's like a full circle. It's just total success everywhere. So that was a lot of fun.
Now, you work with more than one vertical. Give us an idea of the array of verticals that you work with your talent.
Meaning the different types of business services that we provide for people, or the different types of industries that we work with?
Different types of industries you work with.
So we focus on three major groups. We have a big fine arts department, which evolved from my fine art background, and that continues to grow. And like I said, it's like a passion project for me. And it's important to me to support those, even the cultural organizations that we work with. We have a professional services department which focuses on design, designers, architects, interior designers, media consultants, PR companies, branding companies. So it's really, really innovative companies working in all different areas of content creation and marketing. And then we have a really fun department which is devoted to the makers of the world, and we get involved with people who, brands that have e-commerce that are making their own product or launching websites. Some of our clients have stores, brick and mortar and e-commerce, and their lifestyle brands. It's a lot of fun. So we get involved with the supply chain, inventory management, and all that fun growth stuff for those types of businesses.
You have garnered accolades. You've got very happy clients. I want you to be able to bring out what makes you disruptive in your industry sector, what makes you unique, that is allowing you to be head and heels above anybody else that would want to try and compete with you.
I think it's where we position ourselves in the relationship with our clients. I work very hard to create a company where everybody that works there plays a strategic role, not just a transactional role with their portfolio of clients. So we think about what kind of impact we can make. We aren't just pushing reports out there. We're actually trying to have as many conversations as possible with our clients to point them in the right direction. And I think, people, my competitors, they don't approach the work that way. I don't think that they're as, that they get as deeply involved as we do. I mean, we've worked with hundreds of companies, so we understand technology at a very deep level. We know the technologies that these clients are struggling to work with. And I think by getting ourselves ingrained in the operations as well as the financial systems gives us a very unique perspective where we can make small changes that create huge impact, and not like thousands of dollars, but in like the millions of dollars. And you have to put yourself in that position in order to really see all of the pieces that need to be, moved around to get a company either unstuck or get it growing, in an accelerated way.
Great. Thank you for that, Jeanne. I really appreciate you taking the time to be on our show today.
Thanks so much. I loved it. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome. All right, you've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.